Today I'm going to discuss about entrepreneurship. I'm going to give you a brief introduction about entrepreneurship. Now, who is an entrepreneur? Some people describe entrepreneur as a person who takes risk. Some people describe entrepreneurs who makes profit. Some people describe entrepreneur who creates job. Yes, of course, entrepreneur has all these qualities. Now, there is no static definition of an entrepreneur. However, the term has been derived from a French verb entrepreneur, which means go between or between takers. And the term was first of all coined by a French economist, Jean-Baptiste Say, who said that an entrepreneur is a person who would buy a certain product at a price and then resells the product at an uncertain price. However, the term was first of all used again by a French economist, that is, who was Robert Cantillon, who said that entrepreneur is a person who organizes or operates a business or a set of businesses and then has the ability to take the financial risk. So financial risk the capacity and the capability to take the financial risk is one of the main ingredients of a successful entrepreneur. Successful entrepreneurs are the persons who would take the business in a positive direction by adapting to the changing environmental situations, understanding what their strength, what their weakness is. So entrepreneurship is by proper planning, you can take your business forward. This is all about a successful entrepreneur is. Now, in the earlier days, entrepreneurs, they used to put in the money, and then they used to start the business. They created the ideas, they did some innovations, and again they had to put in the money. But as the society developed, and in the 18th century, there became a clear distinction between a person who would be putting in the money and who would be starting a business. So the person who would be putting the money was later on called as a venture capitalist. We'll discuss about it later on. So entrepreneur is a person who would perceive an opportunity and creates an organization to pursue it. Now the entrepreneurship is the backbone of the modern economy, because entrepreneurs are the persons who create jobs, who create employability. So the question arises is, can entrepreneurship be taught? There was a survey by a Kaufman organization in the United States in around 2002, and it said that around 61% of the US universities and colleges, they have at least one course on entrepreneurship, be it a certificate, diploma, degree, etc. So yes, of course, entrepreneurship can be taught, but you cannot guarantee to make a person Bill Gates. Similarly, a professor cannot guarantee that all his students will be Albert Einstein, or a tennis coach cannot guarantee that everyone will be Serena Williams. But yes, entrepreneurship can be taught, and it gives a student a basic idea and aptitude to start a business and then excel in that particular business. So now, to become a successful entrepreneur, the first and foremost thing that you should do is your lifestyle has to be changed. Maybe if you would give restricted time to your family, you would not be able to give as much time to your family, to your friends. So you have to be 24/7. So changing the lifestyle is one of the main ingredients of a successful entrepreneur. So successful entrepreneurs, they have to take the initiatives, number one. Then once they take the initiatives, they have to accomplish the task. Whatever the initiatives they have taken, they have to accomplish, provided they also take the risk. Risk factor is very important. So in modern terms, entrepreneur would not be called as a risk taker, but risk optimizer. You have to optimize the risk. So now for a successful entrepreneur, culture is very important. What do you mean by culture? Culture, the entrepreneurs, they have a culture of always doing something new, always seeking something new. They are not satisfied with what they are doing, right? Entrepreneurs, they have a tendency to become restless. They are always moving on. They have a strong freedom. They have a strong preference for the freedom of choice. You cannot tie them, right? So entrepreneurs, they have the characteristics of rebellion, non-conformist, right? The entrepreneurs, they have the ability to think big. They would always strive for an impossible, and would always tolerate people who make mistakes. So these are the few characteristics or the culture that an entrepreneur possesses. So then entrepreneur is a person who would come up with a new idea, with the ability to solve a problem, create excitement, makes a change. So they recognizes the opportunity, a person who recognizes the opportunity and sees that this opportunity has to be, how this opportunity can be utilized. So now to start a company, entrepreneur starts, there could be two types of companies: lifestyle companies and growth companies. I'm not talking about the legal aspects of companies, proprietorship, private limited, public limited, which we will discuss later on. So by lifestyle companies, I mean the companies which have limited growth. Such companies can provide an entrepreneur a decent living, but has a limited growth. You can have a desired lifestyle. For example, it could be a proprietorship or a small shop or things like that. The high growth companies, they are the companies who require more. They give which require a lot of capital, but then the return is also very good. However, the risk involved is quite high. So entrepreneurs can be defined as a persons who take the risk. They are the risk takers, or in modern terms we describe entrepreneur as a person who optimizes the risk, who analyzes the situations, who would see the market opportunity. What are the existing market opportunities? The entrepreneur has to be at a right place. He has to take certain decisions. He should have the ability to take decisions in an uncertain situations, organizes the things, organizes the management, the production. But seeking the market opportunity is very important. For example, you see these days the e-commerce industries, the e-commerce businesses, they are booming because there is a considerable market opportunities. The trend is changing. There is a demographic shift. The people are, they are willing to buy products online. You have Flipkart, you have Snapdeal, etc. Now, what are the positives of an entrepreneur, of an entrepreneurship? The positives, the freedom. Number one, you have the freedom of choice. You are your own boss. You can give. Once you establish a business, then you can give plenty of times to your family, to your friends. Then you have an ability to make an impact. You are flexible. You can work. your own boss, you can work at your own pace. Energy is very important. Enthusiasm, you should be always enthusiastic. An entrepreneur is a person who is always energetic. Financial rewards is a tricky thing, because once you start a business, you don't expect a lot of financial rewards early on. Almost 1 out of 5 they don't even get the break even in the first year. So it's tricky. Again, what are the negatives? Highly intense job. You have to, it's a lot of pressures. It involves a lot of pressures. Then you would be knocked down, you would be pulled down many times. It's rat and a cat race. Intense competition, right? Not a very easy task. It's not structured. Everything is, you don't have a 9 to 5 job. So you're not into you would have to lead a life which is not structured, or your business even is not structured. It's not organized. You have to initially, once you start a business or you tend to be an entrepreneur, nothing is organized, nothing is structured. But later on, as you grow your business, you take it to the next level, then it becomes more organized and more structured, right? Financial stability, lack of financial stability, because sometimes your products or sometimes your services sell, sometimes you don't sell, so there is a financial crunch at some point of time, especially during the starting days. Long working hours. You have to work for you always go to your office, but then there is no time when you will come back. You're not sure about that. So key ingredients of an entrepreneur: he has to be passionate. You have to be passionate. You have to be passionate about your ideas, your whatever you are trying to sell, you whatever you're trying to make. So passion is very important. Dedication. Nothing can be achieved half-heartedly. So dedication is very important. Hard work, and then communication, both written and oral, with your employees, with your vendors, with your suppliers, everyone you are working with, and teamwork, because a successful entrepreneur has to have the team management skills, which is very important. Now, what are the things that you would commit to as an entrepreneur? Commitment is very important. Commitment to your business. Your business is your priority. Just don't be bogged down if you fail. Fail once, fails twice, but try and try. So failure should not impede your failure should not impede you. You should always try to achieve whatever you want to do. Excitement is very important. Then, and successful entrepreneurs are persons who would be working on, or would be focusing on revenues, would be focusing on margins, would be you have to constantly look at what your revenues are, what your margins are, but don't be carried down if you are not making profit. However, if you have an idea, if you have that passion, then definitely the money would come. Money is a byproduct. Money is important, but money is a byproduct of a beautiful idea. Whoever starts a business, whoever creates an idea, money would come. But it's if you talk about social entrepreneurs, what they do, they work for the value of the society. They work for the betterment of the society. and then the money is the second priority. So look at the financials, look at the revenues, but just don't go by all these revenues or financials. Even if you are not making the money, you should not be worrying about it. Next, what are the barriers to the creativity? Personal belief. Sometimes you believe that you cannot do this, so you have to get out of that. Next is your inertia. You don't if you get very complacent. So complacency, it's one of the barriers. Next is the fear of criticism. A lot of people criticize you, so what you think is that, okay, I should not carry on with this idea. And finally, over management. If you don't allow the freedom to you as well as to your team, then it also leads to the failure of creativity. So don't do the over management. Give your team a free space, the free time. Now let's talk about types of innovation. The first one is invention. Invention is creation of a new product, a new service. Next we will talk about extension. Extension is extending an idea to make it more useful. For example, you have iPhones. Every time they are coming up with a new version. Duplication. Duplication is apply an existing idea to a different audience. So this particular, for example, say different mobile applications or use of internet. Now smartphones, they are coming up with different applications. So internet could be accessed both through your web browsers and through your applications. Next is synthesis. Synthesis means combining of two existing ideas to create something new. Now, for example, microwave oven. It has oven as well as griller. So you can, it's a complete package. Now, if you talk about innovation, innovation could be of two types: process innovation and product innovation. Product innovation, when you create a new product. Process innovation, when you do the things in a different way. You try to create a different process from the existing process. Now, what would be the sources of innovation? Process need, maybe the process, the existing situation or the existing process that needs to be rectified, that needs to be changed. Unexpected events. Sometimes it happens that there is a failure, there is a obsolete technology, so it leads to innovation. Then always in quest of new knowledge, that also leads to innovation. So there are a lot of websites which you can refer, such as businessinsider.com. You can go to springwise.com. Springwise.com. You have all the innovations all across the world in that particular website, and you can look at what's happening in that particular website. Similarly, you have Venture Beats. It's very similar to Business Insider. Next one is Dude I Want That. You can always look at that, dudeiwantthat.com. So these are the few websites which you can visit and find out the different types of innovations which are going on. Now, lastly, I'll discuss about seed capital. Seed capital, then venture capitalist, angel investors. Now, what is seed capital? Seed capital is the capital, the initial capital, which is required to start a business. So it's usually it comes from the person who is starting the company's founder, and they are the personal assets of an entrepreneur, right? This is the seed capital. So it comes from your own assets, your family's, your friends' assets. The amount of money is small, and it's usually in the pre-revenue stage, that once you start a business you need some capital, so you do it through seed capital. Next is your angel investors. Angel investors, they are the informal investors who provide the financial backing, to you. Once you develop your business, you have that idea, you take your business to different investors. So these investors are more of your mentors. They are usually the retired persons, the business owners, or high net worth individuals who are more of your mentors, who would guide you that how to take your business to the next level. And finally, you have the venture capitalists, who are the pool of investors. Once you take your business to the next level, then the venture capitalist would come into play. We'll discuss about them later on, and in later classes we'll discuss more about entrepreneurship. So for any questions, please call me. You can always contact me. Thank you.